Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, was I audible earlier?
No,
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. No. I was. Yeah. Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon. All right. So we are continuing with a pair of linear equations and two variables. So today we'll learn something about making graphs. All right. So for that we need to recall, certain things from 9th standard. Let's begin. So the x-axis, y-axis, origin O. Origin O. Okay. Now, so we know that the x-axis itself is a straight line. The x-axis itself is a straight line. Is a straight line. You can just say x-axis is a straight line. I'm like saying like sometimes we don't realize, no? So x-axis itself is a straight line. So, and we know that every straight line is given by a linear equation in two variables, x and y. So that means the x-axis, which itself is a straight line, is also given by a linear equation in two variables, x and y. So then what is the equation of the x-axis? Now let's mark some points on the x-axis, okay? So this will be like 1, 0. This one is 2, 0. This one is 3, 0. On the other side, minus 1, 0. This is minus 2, 0. This is minus 3, 0. So what we observe is that any point on the x-axis has its y coordinate as 0. We know that the x coordinate is also called the
Abscissa.
Abscissa. Very good, Danya. Abscissa. And the y coordinate is also called the ordinate. Very good, Raja. Ordinate. Okay, so I'm sure most of us know it. Okay, so x coordinate. The x coordinate is called the abscissa. So like if this is the ordered pair, this is called an ordered pair. This is called an ordered pair. Because the order is very important. 3, 4 is different from 4, 3. The location of 3, 4 is different from 4, 3. However, if both are the same, then meaning 5, 5, where both the the x value and y values are same, then it doesn't make a difference. Otherwise, x, y. Why is it called an ordered pair? It's a pair because there are two numbers in it. It's a pair because there are two numbers. And why is it called an ordered pair? Because the order is very important. The order is very important. So the ordered pair 3, 4 is different from the ordered pair 4, 3. That's why ordered pair. So this is an ordered pair. And this is how we give the address to every point in the Cartesian plane. This is how the address of any point on the Cartesian plane looks like. Okay, so address of any point on the Cartesian plane looks like that. Okay, the address of any point on the Cartesian plane looks like x, y. That's called the ordered pair. Order is very important. The x value or the x coordinate is called the abscissa, and the y value or the y coordinate is called the ordinate, just ordinate. So now coming back, x-axis itself is a straight line. So then it's given by a linear equation in two variables, x and y. And what is that equation? So when you look at the various points plotted on the x-axis, we see that the y value is always 0. So y is equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis. y is equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis. Okay, y is equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis. So the next question is, where are the two variables? There's only one variable y. We know that every straight line is given by a linear equation and two variables x and y. This is y is equal to 0. And what have we learned last year? Y is equal to 0 is represented by a point on a straight line. Y is equal to 0 is represented by a point on a straight line. See, this is y is equal to 0. Then this is the point. Y, the graphical representation of y is equal to 0 is a point on the straight line. This is y is equal to 0. So it's a point. And what is a line? It's a collection of points. It's a collection of points. What is a line? A line is a collection of infinite number of points. We know that there are infinitely many points on a straight line. So a collection of points, a collection of collinear points, a collection of infinitely many collinear points, a collection of points, but collection of points, it can be like this, no, not this collection of points, a collection of collinear points, collinear points, a collection of collinear points, a collection of infinitely many collinear points. So a collection of infinitely many collinear points is a straight line. Now, when we say y is equal to 0, the geometrical representation looks something like this. It is represented by a point on a straight line or on the number line, straight line, which is here the number line, So if you're asked to represent y is equal to 0 or x is equal to 0 or a is equal to 0, its representation is a point on the number line. So you take a number line and you figure out where, you just represent that point 0 and you say y is equal to 0. But we know that every linear equation in one variable x or one variable y can be treated as a linear equation in two variables. So when you treat y is equal to 0 as an equation in two variables x and y, then it looks like this: 0x plus y is equal to 0. See, like you want x and y, right? You want x and y. You want x and y. Okay, y is this one we have. Y is equal to 0 we have. We don't have this x, but you cannot write x. That becomes 1x. So 0x, 0x. So this is also, okay, not here. Okay, so this is the representation of y is equal to 0 when you treat it as a linear equation in one variable y, then this is the representation, a point on the number line. If you treat the same thing as a linear equation in two variables x and y, then the equation looks something like this: 0x, because x is not there, so 0x plus y is equal to 0. See, y is equal to 0 we already have, so just add the variable which is missing, 0x. So 0x plus y is equal to 0. 0 into x, okay? So 0x plus y is equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis in two variables. You can see two variables x and y. So when you treat it like this, then it represents the straight line, which is the x-axis. But we normally say y is equal to 0. So when it's given y is equal to 0, you should understand that they're treating it as a linear equation in two variables x and y. It's understood. It's like when we write 6, it is plus 6. You won't ask if it is minus 6 or plus 6. We don't write plus 6. But if you write 6, you understand it is plus 6. When we write like this, you know it is the square root of 5. You will not ask if it is the square root or the cube root. Because when you use a symbol, it's understood there's a 2 there. There is a 2 there, but we don't write. See, like you write cube root like this. No, cube root of 10 is like this. So for cube root, you have to write the 3. But for square root of 10, you have to write 2. But we don't write. But when we don't write, it's understood there's a 2 there. Like that. So like that, now that we're dealing with straight lines, when we say y is equal to 0, it is understood that we are treating it as a linear equation in two variables x and y. Am I clear, children? So far?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible to everybody? Is my screen visible? Class, use the emoji, raise your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. Class, use the emoji, raise your hand. Rajit, Diliban, Krishmi, Raja, Raghavi, Tanishka, Sashank, Ritika, Florentina, Danya, Sri Ranjan, Rakshita. Oh, many of them are listening today. All our children. Madhumita is not there. Who else? Children, whenever I thank you, Danya, for letting me know that you have school till 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for that. Children, whenever I post a timing other than the regular timing, see, our regular classes are on Thursday and Saturday from 7 to 9:30. Okay. If you have an inconvenience of that class, I cannot change the timings. You understand why? The regular classes Thursday and Saturday. With that time, if you have an inconvenience, I can't change the timing. That becomes difficult. But if it's a class other than the regular classes, and that timing is not convenient convenient for you for genuine reasons, like you have another class or you have school or something else, don't say that's my nap time, or don't say there's the cricket match aired on the television so I cannot see. Not for such reasons. So when you have another class or for good reasons, if you cannot take up the class at that time, please let me know. Please let me know. So thank you, Danya, for letting me know that you have school till 1 o'clock and that you will not be able to take up the class in the morning. Okay, that's why I rescheduled. Thank you for that, Danya. So all of you kindly feel free. I'm not a dictator. So when I post the timings, please have a look at it and check if it clashes with something else. If it does clash, please let me know. I'll try to do the needful. Yeah. All right, children. So getting back, this is what it is about, the equation of the x-axis. So please make a note of whatever you see on the screen, children. I'll wait for a minute. Write down. So this is linear equations graph. A pair of linear equations in two variables. Graphs. Done, children? Yeah.
Complete. Completed.
Yeah. All right. So all that you will see on the screen should be in your book, children. Including this graph, including this one. Because when you look at this, you will immediately realize that y is always 0. So that's the equation of the x-axis. Y is always 0. And that's why it's the equation of the x-axis. And also this one, children. In one variable y. If you treat this as an equation, one variable y, then it's a point on the number line. Sorry.
Ma'am, can you go to the previous slide?
Sure, sure.
Done, ma'am.
Very good. All right. Now, what is the equation? The next question is, what is the equation of the y-axis? So again, Cartesian plane, the x-axis, y-axis, origin. So on the y-axis, when you mark off some points, so this point like 0, 1, and this is 0, 2. This one is 0, 3. And here below, 0, -1, 0, -2, 0, -3. So here we observe that the x coordinate is always 0. So x is equal to 0 is the equation of the y-axis. Okay, so clearly x is equal to 0 is the equation of the y-axis. So if you want to write it in the, strictly in the form where we have two variables, then it is x plus 0y is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So x plus 0y is equal to 0. Okay, in two variables x and y. In two variables x and y. But if it is in one variable x, then how do you represent x is equal to 0? Number line. Like this. In one variable x, it is a point on the number line. In one variable x, it is a point on the number line. In one variable x, it is represented by a point on the number line. In two variables x and y, it is a straight line, and the straight line is nothing but the y-axis itself. Done, children? All of you must be writing. Don't ignore it because you already know it. You remember from 9th standard, so don't ignore it. Please make a note of it. That's why I'm waiting. Done, children?
Completed.
Okay. Others?
Completed, ma'am.
All right.
Completed, ma'am.
All right, children. Fine. So now we understood the equations of the x-axis and the y-axis. Now moving on to the lines, equations of the lines parallel to the x-axis and parallel to the y-axis. Okay, that's the second thing. So with respect to the x-axis, if we have a line parallel to the x-axis, then two cases arises. Is the line which is parallel to the x-axis lying above the x-axis or below the x-axis? These are the two different positions with respect to the x-axis. These are the two different positions we can have with respect to the x-axis. There is a line parallel to the x-axis. Okay, is that line which is parallel to the x-axis lying above the x-axis or does it lie below the x-axis? So we have two cases, above the x-axis, below the x-axis. So we'll consider this line which lies above it. Okay, now here, correct children, what I've marked, you understand what I've marked? Now let's mark the various points on this line. Let's mark the various points on this line. Tell me, I want the coordinates of these points, children. Yeah. Tell me the coordinates of these points, children. Yes, Sashank, what will be the coordinates of this point?
3, -1.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll make it more more meaningful. My question. Yes, Shashank. Yes.
Ma'am, 3 comma minus 1. No, ma'am. 1 comma 3.
1 comma 3. 1 comma 3. Yeah, Prajit. Next one.
Um, 2,3.
Yeah. Next one, Ritika.
Ma'am, 3. 3,3.
3 comma 3. Okay, Dileepan. Next one. No, Dileepan. This one.
This one,
This one. Dileepan here.
minus 3 comma 3.
Minus 3 comma
3.
Very good. Sri Ranjan. This one.
Ma'am,
This point.
ma'am, minus 4, 3.
Raja. This one.
Minus 1,3.
Not getting the names. Yeah, Tanishka Krishmi, I'm not asking you because you've told me that you cannot answer. I cannot hear your answer, so I'm not asking you. Tanishka, this one.
Minus 2 comma
Minus.
2 comma 3.
Correct. All right. So what do you observe, children? Which value is a constant? Which value is a constant?
Y value.
Y value.
The y value is a constant. So what is the value of y?
3.
3.
So
ma'am.
y, yeah. So the equation of this line is y is equal to 3. This one specific. Now we have to generalize it. Like we say the general form of a pair of linear. Okay. Yes. Let me ask somebody now. Yeah, Danya. Danya, tell me the standard form of a pair of linear equations in two variables x and y. Quick. Danya, standard form of a pair of linear equations in two variables x and y. Okay, Florentina, you want to answer? Florentina? Yeah, tell me.
AX plus BY.
Two equations, a pair, not AX.
A1X plus B1Y plus C1 is equal to 0.
Next.
A2X plus B2Y plus C2 is equal to 0.
Very good. Very good. So this is the, I'm sure Danya knows it. Maybe you have some mic issues or something. Are you there, Danya?
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Now you're audible. Yes. No problem, Danya. Fine. All right, children. So this is the standard form of a pair of linear equations in two variables x and y. So similarly, we have to generalize. We have to generalize this one. So for this line, the equation is y is equal to 3 because y is always 3. Because y is always 3. So what can you say from this? Y is equal to a. Y is equal to some constant. Y is equal to a. So in general, we say that y is equal to a. Or sometimes they say y is equal to b. X is equal to a and y is equal to b. So let me just go with the books. Anything is fine. You can say y is equal to m and x is equal to anything actually. So y is important. Y cannot be replaced with anything because the y coordinate. Okay, let me write like that. Y coordinate. That's why we say y. Y coordinate is equal to a constant. So y is equal to b is the equation of a line parallel to the x-axis and line above it. Write down, children. Please write down. These are very important for assertion reasoning, answering assertion reasoning questions. Even otherwise, this is very important. Please make a note of this. All right. So case 2 is, are we done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, children. Now let's consider this line. What will be the coordinates of this point? What will be the coordinate of this point?
1, minus
1,
minus 2.
minus 2, correct. 1, minus 2. Okay, 1, minus 2. The next one?
2, minus
2, minus 2.
Yeah, the next one?
3, minus 2.
Very good. On the other side? On the other side?
Minus 1, minus 2.
minus 1,
Minus 1, comma, minus 2.
Correct. Next one?
Minus 2,
Minus
minus 2, minus
Next one?
minus
Minus 3, comma, minus 2.
Now, which is the constant here?
-2.
-2 is a constant. Is it x is equal to -2 or y is equal to -2? Is it the x coordinate or the y coordinate? Is -2, which is a constant everywhere. -2 is a constant, right? Everywhere. Is it the x coordinate? Oh, -3, huh? Oh,
-2.
here
Yes,
I've made a mistake. Sorry, I've made a mistake in writing here. I wrote -3 instead of -2. Sorry, children, I confused you. -1, comma, -2. -2, comma, -2. -3, comma, -2. Yeah, so which is a constant here? The x coordinate or the y coordinate?
Y coordinate.
Y coordinate.
Y coordinate is a constant and that is equal to -2. I'm just trying to write it the way I've written it here. Yeah. So here the y coordinate is -2. So what will be the equation of this line? Equation of this line is
X is Y is equal to 0.
y is equal to 0.
-2, ma'am.
Y is equal to -2. The equation of the line will be y is equal to -2 because the y coordinate is -2 everywhere. So then in general, y coordinate is a constant. And it's negative. You can see it's negative. Y coordinate is a constant and you can see it is negative. So y is equal to, in some books it is b, some books it's -b. So both are the same, children. Normally in books it is b only. Normally it is b. But sometimes in 1 mark, if they say -b, it is correct. Y is equal to -b is correct. I'm going to write -b. Don't get confused. They say y is equal to b for both the cases, where b is a constant. So it's correct. Where b is a constant. So it's correct. I'm saying -b. So because when you revise, you realize it's negative. The constant is a negative value. So y is equal to -b is the equation of a line parallel to the x-axis and lying below it. So it's easy to remember. How to remember? If it is parallel to the x-axis, it will be y is equal to something. See, in both the cases where the line is parallel to the x-axis, the equation is y is equal to something. It's not x is equal to, it's y is equal to. If it's parallel to the x-axis, then the equation is y is equal to a number. So if it is above the x-axis, y is equal to a positive value. If it is below the y-axis, y is equal to a negative value. Yeah, write down, children. I'll just come back. Give me a minute. Please write down this. Yeah, please write along with me, children. I don't think I have to explain, children. I'm sure you'll all understand this. Please write down. Done, children?
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. What's the equation of this line, children? What is the equation of this line?
X is equal to A.
X is equal to 5 now.
Louder?
X is equal to 5 now.
Yeah, x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 is the equation of this line. So the equation of this line is x is equal to 2 because x is always minus 2. X is equal to minus 2. Done writing, children?
Completed now.
Very good. So what is the equation? What is x is equal to 0, children? Equation of the
Y-axis.
y-axis. What about y is equal to 0?
Equation of x-axis.
Equation of the x-axis itself. Very good. What about x is equal to a? Is a line parallel to the which axis? X-axis or y-axis?
Y-axis.
Yeah, x is equal to means y-axis. X is equal to means y-axis. X is equal to a is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of a units. If it is a positive a, will it be above the see parallel to the y-axis, right? Sorry. So parallel to the y-axis. So y-axis we have two sides, left and right. If it's a positive A, will it be to the left or right?
Right side.
Right. So x is equal to A is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of A units to the right of the y-axis.
Should we write this also in our note?
Yeah. X is equal to minus A is a line parallel to the
Y-axis.
Yeah, x is equal to means always y-axis. X is equal to minus A is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of A units only. Distance cannot be negative. At a distance of A unit, but to the
Left of.
yeah, left of the y-axis. Left of the y-axis. So x is equal to minus A is the line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of A units to the left of the y-axis because minus A plus A right of the y-axis. Done, children?
Completed.
Yeah. Now you will have to help me write the others with the help of these two. Tell me with the help in the same way using x is equal to A and x is equal to minus A. Tell me for y is equal to B and y is equal to minus B in the same way. So first tell me for y is equal to B. Yes, anyone can say.
Is the line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of b units?
Let me write along with you. Y is equal to B is a line parallel to the
X-axis
x-axis
at a distance of b units to the right of x-axis.
For x-axis, we don't have right left.
Oh, above and below, to the above of.
Yeah. Y is equal to B is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of B units above the x-axis. Very good. Very good, Dandi. And finally, y is equal to minus b. Is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of b units below the x-axis. So when it's parallel to the x-axis, y is equal to a number. If it's parallel to the x-axis, y is equal to a number. Done, children?
No, ma'am.
Completed.
Yeah, make a note of this, children. So when the constant is missing, when you don't have the constant, the C1, you know, the like if you have the equation 3x plus 4y is equal to 0. Without making the graph of this equation, you can say that the graph of this equation will pass through the origin. It will pass through the origin. Why? Because the constant is missing. That constant plus 5 minus 7, that constant ax plus by plus c, that plus c is not there. That means it is 3x plus 4y plus 0 is equal to 0. C is 0. So whenever C is 0, the line will pass through the origin. Whenever C is 0, the line will pass through the origin. I'll tell you why. Do we understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Class, use the emoji, raise your hands. Raghavi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Prajit, Danya, how many of us now? 12, okay. Prajit, Danya, Dileepan, Raghavi, Florentina, Ritika, Rakshita, Shri Ranjan, Sashank, Raja, Tanishka, and Shri Krishna. Very good children. All right. So in the equation, when the value of C is 0, in the equation, when the value of C is 0, then the graph of that equation will always pass through the origin. We'll just take an example to see why. Example, okay? Write any equation of your choice. I'm just writing this for example. Anything, write anything of your choice. Okay, now when x is 0, when x is equal to 0. Okay, now what is the condition if the graph has to pass through the origin? If the graph has to pass through the origin, then 0, 0 should be a point on the line. 0, 0 should be a point on the line. So now see when x is, that's why we are taking when x is 0. Okay, when x is 0, 2 into 0 minus 3y is equal to 0. 0 minus 3y is equal to 0. Minus 3y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 by minus 3. Y is equal to 0. So clearly 0, 0 lies on 2x minus 3y is equal to 0. Therefore, the graph of 2x minus 3y is equal to 0 will pass through the origin. Will pass through the origin. These are just to make you understand, children. That's all. You don't have to remember examples and all that. I'm just telling you why. I'm just so that the answer for that question, why is this? So you take any equation. When y is 0, x will be 0, or when x is 0, y will be 0. So that means 0, 0 satisfies the equation. So that means 0, 0 will be a point on the line. If 0, 0 is a point on the line, that means it passes through the origin. Only if the line passes through the origin, 0, 0 can lie on it. That is why when C is 0, that is when that constant is missing. When C is 0, the graph of the equation will pass through the origin. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Only one person is responding. Where are the others? Huh? I think it's only Danya who's acknowledging always. Do we understand, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very nice. Please make a note of this, children. Please write with the examples, children. Please write with the examples. Because suddenly now you will not have that question. Suddenly when you're revising, you'll be like, why if C is 0, it should pass through the origin. So when you look at this example, you'll be able to recall why. That is why an example.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now now we saw x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is a, x is minus a, y is b, y is minus b, and then lastly we saw when the value of c is 0. So now for any other equation, for anything else, any other equation of this form will be a straight line. You have to only plot and check how the line looks like. It will intersect the x and y axis. The line can be like this, intersecting the x and y axis. It won't be parallel. It will not be parallel. For other equations, the lines will not be parallel to the x-axis or the y-axis, nor will they pass through the origin. They may intersect the x-axis and y-axis, something like that. Okay. Now, so now let's understand how to find the coordinates of the points. Let's understand how to find the coordinates of the points where the graph of the equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 intersects the x-axis and the y-axis. Now consider the equation. Okay, consider the equation, say 4x minus 5y is equal to 20. Okay, consider this equation 4x minus 5y is equal to 20. Now, when x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 0, okay, what will be the value of y? When x is 0, what do you have? 4 into 0 minus 5y is equal to 20. So this is 0. So minus 5y is equal to 20. Y is equal to minus 4. Okay, y is equal to minus 4. Now, when for the same equation, 4x minus 5y is equal to 20, I need more space. Let me write it again. I'll just write the same thing again, children. Write the same thing again. 1 second. Please write down, children. We'll discuss later. Write down. Yeah, Dileepan, read what I've written on the screen.
Map.
Yeah. Read
Yes,
what
ma'am.
you see on the screen.
Example, ma'am.
No, from the beginning.
To find of the coordinates of the point where the graph
Find,
of the
to find 1 minute, to find 1 minute. To find the, this is not there. To find
coordinates of the points where the graph of the example ax plus by plus c.
no, equation, not example. Graph of the equation.
Oh, sorry,
We choose
sorry.
Ah,
Equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0 intersects the x-axis and the y-axis.
very good. Yeah.
4x,
What's the example?
4x minus 5y equals to 20. When x is equals to 0, 4 into 0 minus 5y equals 20. Y is equals to minus 4.
Very good. So when x is 0, y is minus 4. So that means the point is 0, comma minus 4. X value first and then the y value 0, comma minus 4. So we know that if the x coordinate 0, comma minus 4 means what? Where is 0, comma minus 4? 0 minus 4, somewhere here it will be. This is 0 minus 4. So this is where it intersects the y-axis. So 0, comma minus 4. Yes, continue, Dileepan.
Yes, ma'am. 0, minus 4 is the point where the graph line will intersect the y-axis. 4x
Okay, the graph.
minus
Okay, yeah. Yes.
4x minus 5y equals to 20. When y is equals to 0, x is equals to 5. 5 comma 0 is the what is this? What is this? 5 comma 0 is the
Point. I wrote PT for point.
okay. 5 comma 0 is the point where the graph line will intersect the the x-axis.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Thank you, Dileepan. So if you want to find out where the graph line will intersect the x and y axis, if you want to know where it intersects the x axis, you should take y0. If you want to find where it intersects the y axis, you must take x0. If you take x as 0, you will find where the graph line cuts the y axis. If you take y as 0, you can find where the graph line intersects the x axis. Just make this more neatly in the next slide, children. I'll do that on the next slide. Write down this one. Let me know once you finish writing, children.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now see this student. 4x minus 5y is equal to 20. Okay, what do we have? 0 comma minus 4, 5 comma 0. 0 comma minus 4, 5 comma 0. Okay, so this is where it intersects the. Where is x0? Where is the x coordinate 0? On the y-axis. So this is where it intersects the y-axis. Intersects the y-axis. Okay, let me not write so much. And okay, so this is where it intersects the x-axis. Now see. Okay, so the equation, so plot this point 0 comma minus 4, where is 0 comma minus 4, 0 minus 4 somewhere here. And where do we have 5 comma 0? 5 comma 0. Okay. So this is that line, 4x minus 5y is equal to 20. So this line 4x minus 5y is equal to 20 intersects the x-axis at 5 comma 0 and the y-axis at 0 comma minus 4. So sometimes you will be asked to find the area of the triangle. Okay, find the area of the triangle. Find the area One minute, children. Let me make that a different question. Otherwise, okay, so this is one thing. Okay, this is one thing, children. How to find the coordinates of the points of the graph, you know, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where it intersects the x-axis and y-axis. If you want to know where it intersects the x-axis, take y as 0. If you want to know where it intersects the y-axis, take x as 0. Is this part clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now let's take a different question. Find the area of the triangle enclosed by the lines x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and 4x minus 7y minus 28 is equal to 0. So we know that a triangle, for a triangle to be formed, 3 lines have to enclose. Like if 3 lines meet like this, then they enclose a triangle. Then they enclose a triangle here. Okay, so here the 3 lines are x is equal to 0 is one line, y is equal to 0 is the second line, and this one 4x minus 7y minus 28 is equal to 0 is the third line. So we have 3 lines. So now these 3 lines enclose a triangle. We'll have to find the area of the triangle. Okay, so for that, Children, I'm just getting a call. Just a minute. Yeah, children. So here the situation is to find the area of the triangle enclosed by 3 lines. Now we know that x is equal to 0 is the y-axis itself, and y is equal to 0 is the x-axis itself. And the third line is what we have found here. How did we find the third line? We just found out where it intersects the x and y-axis. And how did we find that? By taking x as 0, we are able to find the point where it intersects the y-axis. See, when you take x as 0, so 4 into 0 minus 7y minus 28 is equal to 0. So when you solve this, you get minus 7y is equal to 28, which implies y is equal to minus 4. So 0, comma minus 4. Where is 0, comma minus 4? This is 0, comma minus 4. 0, comma minus 4 is this one. Then when you take y as 0, you get x is equal to 4x is 28, x is equal to 7. X is 7. So the point is 7, comma x, comma y, children, it is. X, comma y, not y, comma x. So 7, comma 0. So this is 7, comma 0. So now connect these 2 points. When you connect these 2 points, you'll get the straight line, which is the line or the graph of 4x minus 7y minus 28 is equal to 0. Minus 28 is equal to 0. Now the question is to find the area of the triangle enclosed by these lines. So the area of the triangle will be area of, you can name the triangle. This is already O, the origin. This is already O, the origin. Okay, so you can name this point A. You can call this point A. You can call this point B. So area of triangle AOB is equal to half into base OA into height OB. So half into base OA is 7 units, height OB is minus 4 or simply 4 units. So cancel, you get 14 centimeters square. If it's a centimeter graph, no? Otherwise, you can write 14 square units. 14 square units. So remember, x is equal to 0 is nothing but the y-axis. Y is equal to 0 is nothing but the x-axis. So we already have 2 lines and the third line is given to you. And how will you know where the third line lies? So take x as 0 and y as 0 and find 2 points. Plot those 2 points, 7, 0 and 0, minus 4. When you join that, that will be the third line. Now these 3 lines enclose a triangle. The triangle here is AOB. You need to find the area of the triangle AOB. Understood, children? Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
good. Very good. Have you all made a note of all that you saw on your screen today, children? Everything on the screen today? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, children. Very good. All right. Now we'll wind 10 more minutes. I'll wind up the session. I'll just share 2 graphs which you have to complete as homework by tomorrow's class. Okay. So this is the first one. This is the first one. I'll explain the question for you. Draw the graphs of the pair of linear equations. The first equation is this one, x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. The second equation is 4x minus y minus 4 is equal to 0. All right. So you have 2 equations. So you'll get 2 lines. You have two equations, so you will get two straight lines. Calculate the area of the triangle. Triangle means you need three lines. No, we have only two lines here. Calculate the area of the triangle formed by the lines with the line y is equal to 0. So this y is equal to 0 is nothing but the equation of the y0 is which line? X-axis or y-axis?
X-axis.
Y is equal to 0 means it's nothing but the x-axis. Also write the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So you have to make a table like this. I'll just show you for the second equation, like 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. You'll have to make a table, children, having the xy values. See, in some schools, they substitute as it is. But in some other schools, like we normally, this is the conventional method. Now here, see, I'll write y in terms of x. Y in terms of x. Minus y is equal to 4 minus 4x. So now when changing the signs throughout, you get y is equal to 4x minus 4. I'm just showing for one of the two equations, children. I'm not working both. I've taken the second one. 4x minus y minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. So minus y is equal to, you can say minus 4x plus 4. Now change the signs throughout because it's minus y, no? So change the signs throughout. So y is equal to minus 4x will become plus 4x, plus 4 will become minus 4. Now now you should take different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. You must take different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. So let me work the second one. 4x minus, okay, is equal to 0. So minus y is equal to minus 4x plus 4. Change the signs on both the sides. So you get this one when you change the signs on both the sides. All right, now you'll have to make a table. Okay, and this is the xy table. You'll have to find three ordered pairs. So let's start when x is equal to 0. So y is equal to 4x minus 4. That is equal to 4 into 0 minus 4. So 0 minus 4, which is minus 4. Okay. So when x is 0, y is minus 4. Then when x is 1, when x is equal to 1, you can take any value, minus 1, 1, anything. When x is 1. So y is equal to 4x minus 4. That's equal to 4 into 1 minus 4. So 4 minus 4, 0. When x is 1, y is 0. When x is equal to, say 2, y is equal to 4x minus 4. Y is equal to 4 into 2 minus 4, 8 minus 4, which is 4. So when x is 2, y is 4. When x is 2, y is 4. So now we'll have to plot these points and connect the points and get the straight line. Now for y is equal to 0, you shouldn't do anything. You don't have to do anything because that's nothing but the x-axis. Then you'll have to answer the other questions. You'll have to shade the triangle, find the area of the triangle, and then write the vertices, the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So basically, you'll have to make another table like this for x minus y. For x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0, you should make a table and find the 3 points. Find the 3 points. So like by plotting the points, you'll get the 2 lines. Then you should find the area of the triangle formed and also write the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Yeah, take a screenshot, children. Complete the graph. Don't write only this in your book. You'll have to complete the graph and be ready with the area of the triangle and the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Take a screenshot, children, all of you.
Taken.
Very good. Done, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this reminds me of something. The other day I forgot to discuss this, children. 1 second. Let me just go back to that before I forget. When we took the introduction to this chapter, I forgot to talk about. Yeah. Yes, children. So now there are two things called consistent equations and inconsistent equations. A pair of equations is said to be consistent if they have at least one solution. A pair of equations is said to be consistent. 1 minute. So you need to understand and remember the meanings of the terms consistent equations and inconsistent equations. So if a pair of equations have at least one solution, so they can have one solution or many solutions. If they have at least one solution, which means one solution or many solutions. So if a pair of equations have at least one solution, the equations are said to be consistent equations. If a pair of equations do not have any solution at all, they don't have any solution, then the equations are said to be inconsistent. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So very good. So when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, sorry, is not equal to B1 by B2. When A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, that means they have a unique solution. They have a unique solution. So consistent equations. Because when A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, they have a unique solution. That means they have one solution. One solution. So consistent equations. When all the three ratios are equal, they have infinitely many solutions. That also means consistent equations. And they're also called dependent equations. They're also called dependent equations. Dependent equations are consistent equations with many solutions, with infinitely many solutions. Dependent equations means they have infinitely many solutions. Consistent means they can have one solution or many solutions. Consistent equations have one or many solutions, but dependent equations have many solutions. And then the last one, inconsistent equations. That means they don't have any solution. They don't have any solution. That means the lines are parallel to one another. Parallel lines have no solution. That means the equations are said to be inconsistent. Is that fine, children?
Yes.
We've already discussed this. But the other day I forgot to talk about consistent equations and inconsistent equations. Got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
You can make a note of it. Okay. So when we say consistent equations, they have one solution or many solutions. That is when A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. Unique solution, consistent. When A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Many solutions, consistent. When A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2. No solution. Inconsistent equations. Yeah, so this question is, this again is homework, children. Check graphically if the pair of equations are consistent. So you can check it algebraically. You can check it now. How do we check algebraically? You need to first write out A1 by A2. What is A1 by A2? 2 by 4. 2 by 4, which is 1 by 2. What is B1 by B2? B1 by B2 is 1 by minus 2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. And what is C1 by C2? It is minus 6 by minus 4, which is 3 by 2. Now, what do we observe? A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. Then forget C1 by C2. We have A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2 because 2 by 4 is 1 by 2 and 1 by minus 2 is minus 1 by 2. So A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. Unique solution, meaning the equations are consistent. Unique solution. That means the equations are consistent. But you must check this graphically. Now we checked algebraically. You must check the same thing graphically. So you must make the graphs of these two lines. You'll have to make the graphs of these two lines and show that they intersect. So if they intersect, they have one solution. If they have one solution, they are consistent. You must make the graphs of these two equations by making the table, XY table. You must construct the graphs. After getting the graphs, how do you say that they are consistent? Then graphically, they'll meet at a point. Graphically, they meet at a point. So that means they have one solution. So they're consistent. Take a screenshot, children. Take a picture, children.
Taken.
So these
Taken,
two
ma'am.
sums, very good. These two sums must be completed as homework by tomorrow's class. So tomorrow's class, I'll show you the graph for these two. If you finish it, and supposing you're wrong, you will learn better. Because instead of doing that mistake in the exam, you do it in the homework itself. So you should be happy. See, if you're right, also you can be happy. If you're wrong, you can be extra happy because you will not be doing that mistake in the exam. So now when you think and do the homework, you do it in a particular way, but then when you compare it with the graph tomorrow, you find that yours is incorrect. So you can compare and analyze why you went wrong and you can get your questions clarified. So completing the homework is important. Whether you are going to do it correctly or incorrectly, that's okay. You should attempt the homework questions. Only then when we discuss the answers tomorrow, it will make sense to you. If you don't try the homework at all, don't think you'll learn when I explain it tomorrow. You can learn better if you have tried it today and then listen to the explanation tomorrow. So please, I request all of you to finish the homework by tomorrow's class. All right? All right, children, will you all do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Dileepan, Krishmi, Tanishka?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children, very nice. All right, children, so that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
children.
ma'am.
Thank you, children. See you.
Ma'am,
Yes, Dileepan. Yes.
I have school tomorrow, ma'am, full day, till 4th May.
Oh, till 4, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Till when do you have school?
Till 4th May, ma'am.
No.
Till 4 p.m.
Till 4 p.m. only tomorrow or
Till 4th May, ma'am.
4th May, huh? So that means 2nd, 3rd, and 4th May. Okay. So today, because it's May Day, it was a holiday for you, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so till 4th May. Okay, so tomorrow day after. Okay, fine. All right, fine. Okay, then I'll change the timings then, Dileepan. I'll
Thank
change the
you.
timings. Okay, I'll let you know. So 4 meaning from 5:30 you can attend, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll try to do the needful. Otherwise, we'll not have a class, that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, a full day from morning 8:30 or half working day? Like
Full
only
day.
afternoon session. Full day
No,
from
ma'am.
morning, huh?
Morning to evening.
Okay, fine. I'll do the needful. Thanks for informing Dileepan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.